What update? Wake up. There's no update.
Yet again, no update.
He came back after a month, and no update.
We need updates now.
So finally, after 3 months of no update, the update is finally soon. Anyway, there are a lot of stuff, and I mean a lot of stuff, such as tower rework, new levels, new towers, balance changes, lobby rework, and so much more. I mean, from looking at my screen, you can already see some changes. Other than the obvious one, the UI changed a lot. You can now see towers' stats, detailedly explained moves, and even create a team. I will get more detail, but let's start with the most obvious part: new towers. Now all of the stuff here is subject to change and still in development. Let's start with the first tower, Clover. Now Clover has some of the most interesting passives and abilities in the game. To start, his passive is, he charges his gun for 4.5 seconds. When charged up, he deals 350% more damage to the enemies and releases Big Shot. So let's get to his ability. Now Clover can change between gun styles. First, Rubber, which does nothing. Second is Ice, which stun enemies for 1.5 seconds. Third is Silver. Clover shoots an enemy and marks them, and that enemy takes 25% more damage. This gun charges faster than others too. Fourth is Flint, which has Pierce. And last one, which is Nails. Now this move has its damage lowered by 30%, but if he hits the last shot, the damage is increased by 25%. If the NPC dies, the attack is canceled. So let's get into his stats. He cost 1,750 gold to place down. On level 1 with charge, he does a total of 31 DPs. Without charge, he does DPs of 30. On level 2, he now deals 54 DPs with charge and 42 DPs without charge. On level 3, he now deals 67 DPs with charge and 45 without charge. On level 4, he deals 80 DPs with charge and 75 without the charge. And finally, on level 5, he now deals 128 DPs with charge and 83 without the charge. And he has a placement limit of 2 onto our next tower, which is Kara. Now this tower is pretty simple. He has the ability to revive 3 times, and when he dies, he gets 10% damage boost per revive lost. On level 1, he does 99 DPs without the special attack. With special attack, I don't know, I tried it over 30 times. I think it's bugged. On level 2, he deals 133 DPs without special attack. With special attack, he deals 198 DPs. On level 3, he deals 150 DPs without special attack. With special attack, he now deals 223 DPs. On level 4, he now gets a new attack that he does every 5 turns, which is him slashing 8 times aggressively. With everything, he deals a whopping around more than 350 DPs, since it's pretty hard to calculate the actual D keys. On max level, without anything, he deals 209 DPs. With special attack, he does around 425 DPs. This happens because of his quick cycle taking only 2 turns to get special attack. Next one in our list is Flowy. Now as you can see, Flowy has a passive which makes him dodge attacks and also stuns. On his first level, he sends 4 pellets which deal 4 damage each, which makes his DPS 16. On next level. Now he does some stuff related to vines, I believe, and he does this attack 6 times. This makes his DPS go up to 24. And on max level, Now he spams bunch of attacks dealing 96 DPs. Again, these are the nearly stats, so they can be wrong. He also has placement limit of 3. Anyway, onto our next tower, which is Storyfell Kara. She can also dodge attacks for 15 times before losing this passive. On level 1, she pulls her sword and does slashes ground, leaving massive beam that deals 24 DPs. On level 2, she also spawns 3 Chaos Busters that deal 100 damage each. So in total, she does 108 DPs. Now on level 3, now she dashes everywhere, slashing the enemy multiple times, also keeping other attacks. And on max level, now her Chaos Busters attack constantly, just like how Swap Papyrus's attack works. Oh, also, this character has a placement limit of 2. Next in our list is Story Shift Kara. On level 1, she sends 10 knives that deal 2 damage each and uses Chaos Buster that deals 10 damage. On level 2, she now sends a knife that deals 50 damage and sends 2 Chaos Buster that deals 10 damage each. And on max level, now she does a knife rain that does 12 damage per knife, and she now uses a Chaos Buster that attacks constantly, just like how Swap Sans' blaster works. This character can also dodge 5 times, and after that, she'll get into an injured move, where now she will send ridiculous amounts of knives around them that deal 10 damage. Meanwhile, keeping Chaos Buster. Next, we have Dust Shift Kara. Now this character shockingly also dodge, but this tower has 2 types of attacks. One where she attacks them in her range. One where she attacks them far away from the range. On level 1 outside of the range, she sends multiple knives that deal 5 damage each. On close range, she slashes enemies 5 times, dealing also 7.5 damage each. On level 2, now the knives do 12.5 damage each, and close range attack changes and also does 12.5 damage each. And on max level, now she gets this crazy looking Azrael on her back. Now Kara's attack does 15 damage, and now Azrael also attacks. Azrael sends multiple stars that deal 15 damage each, and sends multiple shockwaves or beams that deal 100 damage each. Now also, there's Dust Swap Papyrus, that's just old Snowdin dust. So yeah, now on to our mini reworks. So let's start with Killer's Goop. Blaster and Bone Throw attacks got turned into abilities that you can use. Same can be said about Lethal Deal, as he also had his Hate attack got turned into an ability. But Snowdin Dust got a whole rework, including his boss. So let's get into him. In his first level, he now does a punch that deals 8 damage and stuns enemies for a short time. Also, every 5 attacks, he now punches 3 times that deals 5 damage per punch. On level 2, his punch now does 10 damage, and he can also send 2 blasters that apply burn and deal 20 damage each. On level 3, now his blasters do 25 damage each, and he now does a punch barrage that does 3 damage per punch. He also has 3 placements. Now Outer Dust also got some pretty big changes to him, so his star attack has changed, and now it's pretty unique. Now this attack can chain if there are enemies close nearby, up to 4 enemies, and that star does 8 damage, also slowing them by 80% for 0.75 seconds. After the chaining ends, he now detonates the star, dealing 22 damage to everyone near 6 stud. Our next tower is Horror Sans. Now he also got ability just like Killer Sans. Now with this ability, Horror Sans places a bear trap. When triggered, deals 175 damage and applies bleed. And on max level, this ability becomes Head Dog ability, where he teleports behind the nearest target, and after 1.5 seconds, he slices through them, dealing 180 damage. Our last tower that got changed is Underswap Papyrus, where his final upgrade got ability called Orange Soul, where if you activate it, he Orange Souls an enemy for 5 seconds. Now how this works is enemies' walk speed gets multiplied by 2 and boom, there's the damage. Now that our towers and towers reworks are done, let's get into levels, shall we? So let's start off with the most obvious one. True Lab.
I was waiting for you.
Now, our final stuff left is balance changes, and after that I will finish the video with some Q&A.
Undertale timeline corruption developers doing? Like, bro, we didn't have update for 3 months. Bro, that's a whole
Summer break.
You guys are not.
Mini curb.
When will this game update, bro?